Hello, everybody. This is Phil Pack with episode 3 of my COVID nightmare. For those of you who might have stumbled onto this one before the others, I'll give you a quick rundown of how we got to where this episode begins. My name's Phil Pack. I'm a retired 72-year-old retired science teacher living an active life. I ski, I skate, I watch my grandkids, I garden, I do lots of stuff. On April 16th, on a Tuesday, I didn't feel well. So I have a calendar here that helps keep my dates straight. But I had to babysit my grandkids, so even though I didn't feel good, I figured I'd take a shower, I'd go over, and I would babysit them. That was a Tuesday. And Wednesday, I found out I had COVID. And I also had terrible, terrible pains in my abdomen. Ended up in the hospital with inflammatory conditions, very rare, that I contributed. I believe it was related to my COVID infection. And let me remind you that I am not a physician, although my son is. I have no hard evidence to connect the two. There's no research to prove substantially that this is COVID related, but I just feel it is. And I see people treating COVID so lightly these days that I felt my story would help bring COVID back into their consciousness, and they would take steps to be more cautious and hopefully avoid living the nightmare I am living right now. I have officially been listed as a bedridden geriatric male. Pretty hard to take. There's 3 criteria you have to have, and I could get off of that listing if I could get into a wheelchair and sit in a wheelchair. But at this point, horizontal, flat is where I'm at. And if I moved and try any other position, I get pain, and the pain, the longer I try to stand or the longer I try to sit up, the pain just keeps going until it's a 10, and I'm in agony. So I was admitted to the hospital a few days later after that diagnosis with that rare intestinal thing, and I got rebound COVID. I was put on a prednisone dose pack, and I took a dose, but I had been taking other medicines for other issues, and I was told, can't take pain meds, can't take this, because they interfere. So I went to bed Thursday night, and on Friday, I couldn't move. Terrible, terrible, agonizing pain beyond belief. I had to stay frozen or have incredible pain. So this brings us on to May 3rd. So on May 3rd, I get admitted to the hospital, and I stay 5 days, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th. And then I get transferred to a residential rehab center. And the first day, it was tough, but I slept, I was exhausted. The second day, I started having hallucinations for 2 days, and so they took me off all my pain medication that was causing the hallucinations, because they were afraid I'd fall out of bed or get out of bed, break a hip, whatever. And so for 5 days, all I had was Tylenol, and they bumped it to extra strength Tylenol, and the pain grew exponentially every day. And finally, on the 5th day, well, actually the 4th day, they decided to maybe add a nerve medicine. So they went to get Lyrica, but it didn't come in time. So I went for another night without Lyrica. And then on May 14th, I woke up in the most incredible pain I had in my life. And it was beyond belief. painful, crying, saying the Lord's Prayer out loud, doing all kinds of things and rolling around. So they were able to get a dose of Lyrica in and ship me out of here back to the hospital, where they gave me some stronger meds. And within an hour, I was okay from pain level 10 to 2. And they sent me home. I mean, not home, they sent me back. I guess this is my home, to this rehab residential center. And so I had no more hallucinations, which is a good thing. And I had a great day today, other than the fact I'm so fatigued. I just really trying to do much anything. I'm just time for a nap. Getting dressed in bed. I have to get dressed in bed, and the socks are hard, and I just have my clothes placed on the bed, and I feel like I'm 98 years old. A lot of people are that age that are here. I'm one of the younger ones, better looking ones, but at any rate, my sense of humor is coming back, so that's a good thing. So I had a pretty good day today in terms of eating and stuff, and I could sit up for 3 to 5 minutes at the edge of the bed and eat and not choke, so that's a good thing. I choked a couple times. So I got good news just now. It made me very happy. They've been wanting to give me an epidural injection, but what held them up was they needed imaging, and because I am a bedridden person, that complicates everything. They need a special ambulance, have to be a stretcher and all that stuff. So when I was at the hospital on the 14th, they did an MRI, and they got the imaging that the pain management doctor needed, and it was delivered to him. And I just got a phone call saying that they're scheduling the epidural injection for tomorrow. But of course, the way things work, the nurse manager here called to set it up, and it went to voicemail, and nobody called them back. So he asked me to call at 7:30 when they open and make sure that I am getting there, and they're arranging the ambulance, which, by the way, for those of you who don't know, depending on what Medicare you have, you're paying for the ambulance, and it's quoted as $1,500 a round trip. So let me just tell you, in my opinion, Medicare Advantage is not something I would ever consider. But that's me. So I am hopefully going to bed tonight with some hope that this is going to be a big turnaround for me in terms of my pain. And I will keep you posted and come up with episode 4 of my COVID nightmare. And let me end with the message I'm trying to get out. COVID is still here. You don't know what COVID is going to do to you when you get it. It might be a cold. It might be minor. My son had it 3 times. 2 times it was like a cold. The 3rd time it knocked him flat on his back. Oh, that wasn't a special effect. My arm is tired. I dropped the phone. But so be aware. Wear a mask. What's the big deal? You're in a crowd. You're in the airport. Put your damn masks on. You know, the school districts. You know, some school districts are allowing kids with active COVID to come back to class, which is insane. Absolutely insane. I guess they don't care about pop-pops and mimis who get the COVID from their grandkids, although I'm not saying I did, but common sense, come on. And basically, you're in control of your own body and your own health. So unless you want to end up like me, and I don't know how long this is going to last. Some estimates might be 3 months. And just imagine how your life would be impacted. Not seeing people you love, I've been keeping everybody away. I'm still COVID positive, God knows how long, or if I'm able to infect. CDC says I'm not. But for God's sake, listen to my story. You know, I'm not a doctor. I have no proof. But man, this is the first time I got COVID. I masked the whole time. I'm still masking. I'm not sure how I got it. And I'm not 100% sure it's behind everything that's happened to me. But if you look from episode 1 to this one, a lot of weird coincidences and of inflammatory conditions in my body have been going on, and without much explanation. So, having said that, listen to Pop Pop and break out the masks and wear them when it's appropriate. And I will update you on what happens to me tomorrow on May 16th. Yeah. And hopefully I'll have some happy news to share with you. So God bless you all, and I hope you stay healthy. And prayer for me I wouldn't mind a prayer or two being sent my way. And with that, as it gets late, I will say good night and see you when I release the next video.